gorgeous deliciousness. Unbelievable. My sweet low-carb mice, it's great that you are back again here with the sugar doll from the belly dance group at Dr. Slim Low Carb Factory. And today you have already seen that is a sensation. Today we're making a summer cake. We're making a low-carb biscuit with almond flour. We make homemade jams that you can later use as well. And not only for the cake, we prepare a great cream and the whole low-fat, low-carb, let's say 100 grams, have 100 calories and 4 carbohydrates, depending on how big your pieces become. Of course. It comes to 200 calories and that's a sensation. It tastes great and it's moist and it's refreshing and you haven't seen anything like that before. Let's start. What do we do first? The first we make the jam, then it's best we make it the day before or could already do it a week before. That's no problem. When you have extra time then when preparing the cake. And then there's a chocolate biscuit and a cream and we layer them and then of course as always it will be naked cake. That's the easiest and ultimately fastest way because it should be quickly prepared. My dears, let's start the fun. We'll start with the jams, in this case with the apricot jam and the peaches. I'm still in a strict phase of the diet, you know. Black makes you slim. I'm happy there's finally cake again and we can feast on it. And every day a little piece of it, that is diet. But it lasts no long. People always want something. Not much left for daddy in the end. But it will be fresh and summery and that will be a feast. My darlings, it will be fresh and summery and it will be a feast. Of course, we need apricots. That's 500 grams. These not, but all together. Overall, we need a little bit of vanilla, some lemon, and we take 50 grams of erythritol and 500 grams of fruit. So we use 550 milliliters of Monin caramel. Then we have the apple pectin. Yeah, that's it. And we also need calcium citrate so that it gels. I have here like 10 grams of apple pectin and 2 grams of calcium citrate for 500 grams of fruits. Now let's get started. So we take our beautiful apricots and halve them and turn them and then we have the stone outside. That's how we do it with each and every. Then we gonna quarter them. So out of one apricot come 4 parts. We do blend them afterwards, of course. I prepare here 4 times the amount. So don't be shocked by the amount. You take 500 grams or 1 kilo. I link exactly the amounts you need. Then all it goes in one pot. You add 50 grams of erythritol to our 500 grams of fruit and 50 milliliter of the caramel syrup. Add 20 milliliter of amaretto and then as discussed 10 gram of apple pectin and these 2 grams of calcium citrate. Oh, isn't that lovely? Then some lemon, as much as you like, but I put a good dash in here. I also have 2 kilos here to prepare. And then we add delicious vanilla extract. We let the whole thing boil until it starts to bubble and a homogeneous mass forms in the pot. Until it starts, we make our peach compote. There we need some peaches, some rum aroma, then our erythritol stevia mixture. We take some vanilla, some cake glaze starch, and this time a Monin syrup, passion fruit. It's also zero. Therefore we also cut the peaches. I drive around here and turn the whole thing. And then I can cut it into nice columns. I have already cut 500 grams in advance. Now we put them in a pot and all in one pot dish. And there's a small shot of maracuja syrup. And then we take some of the rum, or we want some aromatics inside. It should taste delicious afterwards. Then again, 50 grams of erythrit. I do it thumbs up here. You know how I cook. Then I give in some vanilla. Here I've got Sally's vanilla extract. And we take half a bag of glaze cake. I take now no apple pectin, but take the cake glaze because it only should gel a little bit. I want to put the pure stuff in the cake. The other one is more of a jam. We're going to boil the whole thing up and see what comes out of it. Here our apricot jam is already simmering. Isn't that beautiful? That takes a bit. Give the whole some time and always stir a bit around the peach compote. That takes a bit. There, the peach compote we also bring to the boil at a medium level. Stir well at the beginning. That doesn't have to be cooked that long, just until you have a bit of a bond and then the fruits have become a little softer. Now there you can see how you're slowly getting a little binding with the apricot jam. Just let it simmer and then we go through it with the blender. If the apricots are already soft to some extent, then I'll use my magic wand, my blender. You also can use any other chopper. It's this one is from Eske. It's a profi one. I want to have it since I'm a small child. I just came into the market and now I run through it with my magic wand. Join the carousel with me. Here you will be chopped, little apricots. Just come in, another round. So that's it. If it looks like that, then we let it boil until it foams and then we fill it up very hot so that you can achieve a vacuum. Oh, the peaches look nice as well. They can simmer a bit so that they become nice and soft. After 2 or 3 minutes, our peaches are already looking wonderfully. You can see. This little bond here, that's just right. And now we fill them up in jars. I take a jam funnel like that and then in it goes in no time. And it's a clean thing like that. So a little bit more of the peaches. You fill it best as full as possible. Then we close the lid and turn it around once. So you sterilize the air. Then the nice vacuum is even better created. Our apricot jam bubbles beautifully. That is the sign for us that we can decant it. We take jam jars and put our funnel on top and in it goes and fill it just under the brim. You see, it's really hot. And then we turn it over right away to get our vacuum safe. You see, just like that. And we fill all the other jars. And when you turn it over, at some point it makes a clicking sound. Then you have your vacuum that's hearable, and then they keep wonderfully. Best in the fridge for, they keep for 2 or 3 months, maybe even longer. So in addition to our peach compote and apricot jam and maybe strawberries and raspberries, we need 4 eggs for the sponge cake. I have here grated orange peel, vanilla, and then I have a bit of cheesecake drops, a bit of flavoring here, baking powder, about like a half of a package, and you've got 20 grams of good dark cocoa, and then almond flour, about approximately 30 grams. How much you need exactly depends on the size of the eggs. And what else do we need? We need 60 grams of erythritol stevia. You know my little secret. It comes with stevia extract and erythritol. And we mix it in relation to a kilo erythrit. Here we give 5 grams of stevia extract, and you have the perfect sugar replacement solution. And if you make it yourself, you even do it very slim. It's only €7 per kilo. I love biscuit, and I tell you why. Because it's so quick, because it's so airy, because it fits in cake so well, and because shortbread pastry with low carb is really difficult thing. We do that too, but yeah, that's not quite the original. But with a biscuit, we take our little eggs and separate them. The good ones in the little pot and the egg yolks in the other. We have to separate the egg white and yolk. If there's a bit of egg white in the yolk, it doesn't matter. But if egg yolk is in the egg white, then it is not good. We separate it by crushing it at the hard edge, and then nothing can happen. Don't be shy, darlings. So that's it. What do we do now? We add our entire erythritol stevia, or almost all of it, into the egg yolks and a little bit to the egg white. And a pinch of salt, of course. Now let's beat both masses until fluffy and add the remaining ingredients. Then we start with the egg yolk. I take my kitchen egg and go at full power. Let's go here in the carousel. I love it. Let's turn around. Let's beat the egg white. As I told you, a pinch of salt. Now we've got the wonderful beaten egg. That's how it should look like. Let's stand it aside for a moment and whip our egg mixture, our egg yolk. You can use the same whisk, nothing will happen because only the egg white is a little bit... So my kitchen is already 20 years old, I have to say. But the clasp, whoever came up with it, I always fight with it. Oh, now it's on again. I fight. The new ones, it's better, but they've lasted forever now. I don't want to complain, or it'll still break. And now we go again. Let's beat up until it's really white. That takes like 5 or 3 minutes. And please beat the egg yolk as long as it has to be. It must be completely white and creamy. But it works 100%. Now look at our egg white, egg yolk. It looks wonderful, even with erythritol. That consistency, that's what we need. We have our 2 masses now, and now we add our dry ingredients to the egg yolk mass. First of all, the vanilla. Here we've got this lovely one. In it goes, my favorite vanilla. Then we put in half a package of orange zest. Don't be shy. Should be a little bit tropical, and then we give the whole 20 grams of cacao inside. We mix it gently with the baking powder, and as I told you, some cheesecake drops flavoring. Ooh. Now stir it a little bit, and we add the almond flour. We don't do the whole thing. I'm a little bit skeptical. You see, then if you stir, it becomes a kind of small moist dough, and it darkens after the biscuit is baked. Doesn't need to put more cacao powder in here. Yes, that's enough for me. Cacao makes it a little bit dry, and we'll add now our egg white. I link it down below. We need a little bit less of that almond flour, and now carefully incorporate the egg white. You're gonna mix it a little bit stronger, otherwise you won't finish it. You will do it for weeks. Look what a wonderful fluffy mass that is. Oh, if the beaten egg white is not completely connected, it doesn't matter. In the oven it will melt, and the whole thing will be a wonderful biscuit like that. And from this mass we can now easily make 3 rounds. I've already prepared something. We just need a baking tray, and I have a permanent baking foil that I've had for 10 years. You can't break it, and the biscuit just doesn't stick to it. It comes off very easily. So let's make this beautiful mass. We'll do it in 3 portions. Look at this. I'll do a thumbs up. You can weigh it. I don't really care about weighing. I have a feeling, something like that. What we do, we put 1/3 of the mass in here. So okay, and then we just smooth it very gently, and then we just smooth it until the end of the ring. Here you see, very loosely, you see, and then it looks like this, and then it's just perfect. Let's see. That was also 1/3 roughly. So now we have 2. It mustn't be 100% smooth at the top either. It's supposed to make fun. Now we have 2 nice biscuits, and they go straight into the oven. The oven is set to circulating air and 180 degrees at medium level, and it stays here for 10 minutes. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Now, but quickly, take the biscuit out of the oven. 10 minutes are over. There, the good pieces. Take it off the tray. And then I take another baking foil or baking paper, flip it over, tick, there we go. Then pull it off. You see, nothing sticks there at these baking foils. Yeah, wonderful. So get some of them if you bake more often. Like this one is one of our 3 layers. We're going to let it cool down here, and in the meantime we make our delicious cream. My sugar sweeties, we are approaching with big strides our gorgeous cake. Now the cream is going to be made. We can lay it afterwards. The jams are ready, the biscuit base is ready. Now it goes fast. What do we need for our delicious cream? Some lean vanilla curd without sugar, then the famous low-fat whipping cream, have a passion fruit light from Monin syrup here. Then we've got our erythritol stevia mixture. with the syrup, some tonka bean, vanilla paste, lemon zest, and butter vanilla. We take 3 sheets of soaked gelatin, or for the vegetarian version we've come sun apart, also some stiffener in powder form. You take like 3 eating spoons, or you can even take 4 eating spoons. And I take another shot of passoa, something fruity, then a piping bag with a nozzle for decorating and layering the cake. Let's go! We have 3 layers of gelatin and more leaves in water, with we squeeze out a little bit. Put it in a small pot and just add a shot of the liquor, only a little bit, so that it dissolves the gelatin. Well, in the meantime, we'll stir our cream and put the curd in here with all the flavors. And let's go for another round here. Get on the carousel of whipped cream. Who wants to go in here? The cream is nice and stiff, and the gelatin has just melted at low temperature. It must look like that. Shouldn't be very hot. Do it on a low level so it's perfect now. Now we fill the beautiful curd in here, only that has a little water. Well, I get rid of that. And now we put it into our bowl. We had this nice flavor of vanilla and no sugar at all. Probably you get something like this at your grocery store. You also can use a plain low-fat curd, but this one has already vanilla, and that's fine with me. Now a bit of vanilla again. It should really taste like vanilla, so don't be shy. Let's put a little bit more inside, in contrast to the fruit. And then afterwards a good portion of lemon zest and a bit of butter vanilla drops. And I put a tonka bean inside, which has to be grated very finely. Reminds me a bit of nutmeg, but it's much finer, much more aromy, sweeter. And it gives a very special kick, especially the strawberries that loves tonka beans, like they are married. So let's stir it. Now we mix all the great aromatics so it smells lovely already. Ooh. And let the gelatin flow in here in a thin stream. You see it like that. We have to stir well and quickly, otherwise we will get lumps. So you can see it catches already the gelatin, and then we already gonna add our whipped cream and stir under calmly and also boldly. Nothing more can happen now. The gelatin and the curd simply has to be mixed homogeneously with the cream here. Okay. About a third or so of the mass, put it in a piping bag, because you'll need it later for garnishing and decorating the cake. Just put it inside the piping bag. You can also use a plastic bag. It's not quite as fancy, but it works. Piping bag is filled. Let the air out. Our cream is ready. Yes, and then I say, put our cake together. My darlings, now we come to the finishing of the cake. That is the highlight, of course. The eating is also very important. But now we have prepared everything. Wasn't a slim preparation? And now we layer. We need the fresh raspberries and fresh strawberries to decorate and to put it inside. And it's also possible without. It is just great with them. And not forget to leave a few for the top. A little decor confetti and a butterfly from Oetker and some glitter. snow. Now we use when we are where are my butterflies? I don't know. So we have these 3 biscuits. They're wonderful, cool down. I put them on a cake board. Well, now I see they're not necessarily as big as my cake board. Doesn't matter if it's a bit too big, overlapping, unless they're all the same size. Then I take my ring. It's 20 centimeter in diameter. All my cakes are 20 centimeter, by the way. We already know when you're looking at for some time. Okay, I make this ring as narrow as my cake board and bust the sponge cake a little bit. So, on top of the biscuit, let's put a layer of cream. A thin layer. Put some. And spread it out a little bit. Here with the pastry card. I have the turntable here. It works wonderfully. You know, don't do it too accurate. In the end, the cake still looks perfect. So for the first layer, I put raspberries in. But before I check the small borders so that the raspberries don't accidentally stick out. So, look at that. It's turning automatically. And here in goes now my little raspberries. Now the circle is almost complete and my little raspberries are all gone. Then we put the raspberry jam inside that we prepared earlier. Do it really gently so we don't mix up too much of the cream. It should be layer by layer. Shouldn't it? And we leave the middle free. Now there's a good blob of the cream on it afterwards. And very carefully spread it evenly to the edge. So we spread that out nicely, and now we are going to put some of our preserved peaches on top of it. Not too much. It's going to be a midsummer night's dream. When it's nice and cool, oh, then it's a party. I don't put it in the middle, otherwise it's so difficult to cut the cake. And then another biscuit comes on it. If it's too big a little bit, it doesn't matter. You can press it here nice and evenly. Don't be afraid, the cakes love that. Press a bit harder. Not too hard, but so that there are no air pockets. I have a feeling it will be marvelous. So we continue with the last layer. Here as a base, a little bit of the cream. We put the cream on top, spread it. You can also continue with strawberry or apricot or whatever you have by hand. I want to put all the beautiful fruits in there. Inject a small border as we learned before here. Around it goes. The turntable helps. And we need the rest to decorate. Get the air out and put it back. Now put my little strawberries in there. How do we place them? Well, this side, well, we just do it easy. Strawberry after strawberry. Now comes our strawberry jam, and we put it like the raspberry jam. I put a little bit more pectin inside. It depends what consistency you like. This is a little bit more fluid, as you can see, but it will be firm with the cream. Oh, that looks so fruity. That looks so beautiful. Again, we top it with the cream. And we smooth it out again. And the next sponge cake layer, we put it on it, but put the smooth side up. That's nicer. Now press it again. Make the finish. Press it a little bit here, nice and flat. And it's 10 centimeter high ring. Then we put the rest of the cream on it. We'll spread it. It's also very easy. You've got such a turntable. Use the dough card and turn it. It's easy and makes so much fun. We are like Michelangelo creating a sculpture. We still put dots on it. But what should be, the outer edge here should be reasonably clear. Okay. I thought we make a grid pattern today that's very easy, divided into 8 pieces. We put line squirts over here. And then another like this, like a cross, and then we go in the middle of it, and another one, and then we've got 8 pieces. We make nice dots over here in the middle of every piece. Now 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. And voila, we put just on the little dots our little raspberries on 4 of them. So we show what's inside of the cake, isn't it? And then our little strawberries on 4 of the dots. And you're wondering why this man say apricot jam all the time. Yes, we've got the apricot jam here, and that we made, and we still mix it a little bit with Fanta, so it gets a little bit more liquid. And that's how you can get a nice consistency. Now just fill these fields with the apricot jam. Oh, oops! Oh, you shouldn't make these mistakes. I'm gonna repair that afterwards. We work a bit with our colorful sprinkles. Oh, it's carnival, isn't it? There are confetti flying around, lovely. We put some of our little butterflies, because I'm the butterfly man. Isn't that nice? And there's silver snow. Let it rain. Hallelujah. It's raining silver snow. We did it. And we have to wait for 1 day or 5-6 hours that it's really cooled and it's soaked through on the biscuit, and then we'll try it together. Oh! Now it's time, my little sweet mices. I've hired my best friend here, and she helps me with the tasting. Would love to. Let's just cut the cake, and then we can start. Yeah, but still I have to get the syrup out of the sealer for a moment. You prepare everything so far, and I'll be right back. Ooh. Oh. Kerstin, I'll be back. Oh, you're back already? Oh, that's lovely. You did a great getting the cake out. But Kerstin, where's the lid? The lid was on it. Oh, there was no lid. Yeah, there was a lid. But there it is. Why is it there? Oh, well, you nibbled something there. I see cream. No, I didn't do anything. It's still complete. Just kidding. No, but now let's really try this. It's the 4-fruit cake with 4 different fruits. Apricot, strawberry, raspberry, peaches in it. And a little butterfly on top. So pretty. Now let's try it. But Kerstin, don't be mad at me, but I'm try for a bit from you, and my viewers also know it too. I do intermittent fasting. Oh yes, I don't eat for 15 hours, and once you get used to it, after 60 days, it's brilliant. But of course, I will try it anyway. But tonight, Daddy has got a little bit of a hunger in the evening, and I go to the fridge. You know where the fridge is. So we've divided it up so nicely here. That means I can cut it down right here. So it's practically pre-portioned in small pieces. Well, small pieces is now also an understatement, but big is enough. That's just enough for me. You didn't eat anything the whole day, no, and you extra hungered for this event. Oh, look at this. Isn't this a dream? Oh, that looks so gorgeous and delicious. Now let's try them. I've prepared a low-carb coffee as well. You see that on the Zero Drinks video with almond milk. 100 grams have only 14 calories, and otherwise Starbucks has 100 grams 60 calories or 70, and there's no carbohydrate inside. Oh, no. I pour it inside, and it fits great. It's something bittersweet. It's cold and ice cold. And how it's made, I told you, there's an awesome video about it. I try it. And I'm gonna try it. Lovely. Also vegan, without sugar, and it's a lot cheaper if you do it by yourself. If I calculated it with a manufacturer, then 100 milliliter costs me some 40 cents, and normally costs up to 10 or $4. It's unbelievable. We are really cheap if we do it by ourselves. Okay, now should I try or you? Now go into it, dig into it. Oh, it's gorgeous. So I have to say, maybe we could do the biscuits, the sponge cakes a little bit thicker. Doesn't hurt anything. I'll link a little bit more of the sponge cake recipe, so they're gonna be a little bit thicker, but nevertheless it's good. I think it's marvelous. Oh, did you already subscribe, Dr. Slim? Oh, I think that would be great. We want to be a small community together so that we all stay slim or get slim. That's my good friend has already lost like 8 kilos. Show my sugar bunnies. Oh, 10, 8. Oh, yeah, let it be 10. So my sugar bunnies will see us.